Welcome to the OnePride podcast. We talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. In this stream, we're going to be talking about Detroit Lions versus Indianapolis Colts. We're going to do breakdown, analysis, and prediction for that game on Sunday. Big pivotal game for the Lions, trying to get to 10 wins. We're going to be talking about the Lions playoffs and the Super Bowl, and we're going to be taking QA from you guys in the comments below. Before we get started, hit that like button. Why is that? Because it does help the stream out, and it pushes the content out there. We got Shift God, Coach Watch, Kurt Kasprick, Robert Bruce, Lisa DeLorenzo, Living My Jeff Life, Big Mike Lions. We got Brent DeWitt in the building. Appreciate everybody coming in here for this show. We're going on at a different time. I just wanted to get started. It was 11 o'clock. I had everything set up, and I said, you know what? Why even wait? I'm just sitting here. Might as well do it anyways. So I figured we'd do that. Let's go ahead and get into the injury news really quick for this game. Sam Laporta questionable. I expect him to play on Sunday. You'll have Sam Laporta in there for this game, in my opinion, versus the Indianapolis Colts, who the Colts, they struggle against the tight end, so that's going to be an intriguing matchup right there for sure. If you didn't know, Futu Melifonwu went back onto injured reserve. We'll talk about him a little bit. We don't know exactly what the injury really entails. I asked John Macarin last night. It is super low-key, so no one really knows what's going on right there. Alex Anzalone replacements and some QA. So right now, the Lions injury front with the players that are not on IR, looking pretty good. Broderick Martin, he's going to be getting back up in the lineup. At some point, Emmanuel Mosley is going to be getting back in there as well. A lot of these IR guys, they're going to start coming back here shortly, and that's going to be good news because the Lions, you know, we've had some injuries to Alex Anzalone and to Aiden Hutchinson and throughout. Carlton Davis still dealing with that broken thumb. He'll play. If the Lions get ahead of the game like they did last week, they'll go ahead and relax him and put in Vildor or in NS Rakestraw, but he'll play in the game if need be. Just the game got out of hand last week, and there's no reason to play players who are dinged up, and so that's why he got replaced in the game last week. So other than Alex Anzalone, a lot of the little stuff, everything's going good right there from an injury standpoint. Let's go ahead and jump into Lions versus the Indianapolis Colts. Let's do the differences here because there is quite a bit of difference. If you didn't know, the Detroit Lions are favored in this game by 7.5 points. The total over and under is 50. I think the Lions are going to win by about, you know, if I were a betting person putting money on this game, I would say, it's hard to say because the Lions could easily do over, right? But I just feel like the Lions probably win by 7 points in this game, and so I would probably do the under, but I guess Lions are always doing over, right? The total over and under is 50 points. I'm going to take the over. I think the Lions and Colts are going to do more than 50 points. Come on. I think that's pretty much a given right there. If you're a betting person, bet on the over 50 points. That is a low number if you ask me. Lions offense with Jared Goff. Points per game, they're first in the NFL. They're putting up 33.6 points per game. They're actually first in the NFL by a field goal. That means they're number one, and then there's everybody else. The Colts are allowing 21 points per game defensively. That's 19th in the NFL. Take the over on both. I think the Lions will score more than 33 points in this game. I got them winning 35. The total yards per game, the Detroit Lions are putting up 394.7. That's third best in the NFL. The Colts defense are allowing 320. Again, take the over on the Colts. Take the over on the Lions. I think they'll get more than that. The Lions are going to put up a lot of yards in this game. The Colts defense is struggling. The Lions are sixth best in the NFL in passing with 242.6 points per game. The defense they're allowing for the Colts is 202. That's 21st in the NFL. Take the over on that. Rushing again, Lions are putting up 152.2 points or rushing yards per game. That's third in the NFL. Rushing yards, they're allowing the Colts is 16th best at 97.3. Take the over. The Lions offense is going to overwhelm the Colts defense here. They are. I think there's some problems that where you got to worry about the Colts offense here. You know, with Anthony Richardson being a mobile quarterback, he played better last week against the Jets defense, who the Jets have been sucking ever since Robert Saleh left their defense. So maybe that's an anomaly, but the Lions offense is going to roll, and it's going to continue to roll. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do 7 straight touchdown drives, but I expect a 35-point game in here. Let's switch it up. Let's do the turnovers. The Detroit Lions are +9 in the turnover differential. That is 4th best in the NFL. The Colts, on the other hand, they're -1, 19th in the NFL. Lions are going to get turnovers in this game. Anthony Richardson, before last week, was averaging 49 completion percentage and throwing a lot of turnovers. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, I fully expect to get some interceptions in this game. I'm going to say the Lions get 2 turnovers in this game. Let's go ahead and jump the other way around. We're going to do the Colts offense versus the Lions defense. Points per game, the Colts offense are putting up 21.5 points per game. That's 19th in the NFL. You look at the Lions defense, they're only allowing 17.5, 5th best in the NFL. I think the Colts will get more than 17 points. I think they'll get probably 23. That's where I'm going with right there. 1 being scrub points at the end of the game. So that's what I'm putting in there. For total yards per game, the Colts are putting up 320.7. That's 21st in the NFL. Lions are allowing 345. That's 12th best in the NFL. We're allowing people to put up yards, but we're just not letting them score. That's the bend, but don't break defense, and we've done a phenomenal job doing that. And with turnovers, that's a factor in there. So they'll put some yards on the ground, but again, I don't allow them to score that much. You look at the passing offense for the Colts, they're putting up 202 yards. That's 21st in the NFL. The Lions are allowing 232 in the passing game. That's 27th in the NFL. Again, they're passing because the teams are so the Lions put up so much points early on, it forces teams to pass, and you're seeing a lot of scrub yards getting put on. Remember the Stafford, right? The Pat Stafford era? That's what we're seeing with a lot of offenses against the Lions defense. A lot of padding that stats at the end of the game. Rushing yards per game, the Colts are putting up a 97.3, 16th, and the Lions are only allowing 94.8, 5th best in the NFL. The Lions' run defense has been outstanding like it was last year. It's a phenomenal. This is a mismatch game here for the Lions and the Colts, if you're just going by this standard here. If the Lions have a horrible game and the Colts have the best game ever, they have a chance to win it. If the Lions play a normal game, the Lions win it. So I got the Lions winning 35-23. I think that is a logical score here. Maybe they get a field goal, or the Colts get a field goal or a touchdown by the end of the game, late in the fourth quarter. But I got the Lions winning 35-23. So in the comments below, what is your score prediction for this game? Let me know your score prediction. We got 103 in the building with 25 likes. While we do the scores, let's go ahead and get to 50 likes. Let's get to 50 likes and give me your thoughts on this game right now. Your score prediction and what's going to happen for the future. Something happened. Something happened to Brent. I don't know. I must have missed it. It says speedy recovery to Brent. I don't know what happened to you. I hope you have a speedy recovery. I wasn't reading the comments at the moment. Let me get this one out there. There we go. So, what's your score predictions? Living My Jeff Life has a score prediction of 28-17 Detroit Lions. That's logical. Again, that's pretty much close to mine, 35-23. Within around the same there. I think that is a score for sure. Kurt Kasparek has the Lions winning 31-21. Again, I think that's a logical score. I don't think it's a situation. Again, I don't think the Colts are the Titans. I don't think they're that bad. Rico Strong with a super chat, $4.99. Thank you so much, Rico Strong, for your super chat. He says, sorry, I'm late. You're never late. I actually went on earlier because I was sitting down. I have everything done at my house, and I was like, you know what? Why not just go ahead and talk Detroit Lions right now instead of wait till noon? So I decided to go live. So thank you so much for your super chat. You're actually 50 minutes early. Lions Den got the Lions winning 38-20. Okay, that's a nice logical answer right there. We have 34-17 by Shift God. Robert the Bruce has 38-10. Lions victory. That would be a nice one. Brent had a double eye biopsy. Oh my God. Brent, I am so sorry. That sounds god-awful horrible. Holy God. I definitely wish you a speedy recovery. I would not want that to happen to my eyeballs. Holy crap. I am sorry to hear that. Rest up, Brent, and hopefully you get a 110% recovery. That's your vision, man. That's some scary, scary stuff. Thanks for your podcast. Love you guys too. Lions 10 over 50. The injury not good, but definitely not the end of the year. Already have all the way to the Super Bowl. Stay strong. Brian, and that's the thing right there, and he's 100% correct. Yes, we've had these injuries, but Alex Anzalone will be back. He'll probably come back 49ers game, right? I think it's more the 6th week. I mean, you could put a cast on this thing. I think that's when he probably comes back. And if not, maybe like, you know what, we're just going to wait. At that point, it's probably locked up anyways. He'll be back for the playoffs. I really think the Lions going to get the #1 seed. Aiden Hutchinson, folks, he could be back for the NFC Championship game, right? Derek Barnes, John Kaminsky, Emmanuel Mosley, all these freaking injuries, man. A lot of them coming back. The only one I don't think is coming back is Marcus Davenport, but everybody else, there is a chance to come back, and so that's what we're all just waiting on. And that's why we talked about getting these players, right? It was not about getting the players for the regular season. It's having the players for the playoffs. We talked about depth. We talked about the defensive line all offseason. We talked about having these players. It wasn't necessarily me having them for the regular season. It was for the playoffs, right? We can manage right now. But we'll have Alex for the playoffs. We'll have John Kaminsky for the playoffs. I have a feeling Derek Barnes will be back for the NFC Championship. I think Aiden and Derek Barnes are back for the NFC Championship game. Emmanuel Mosley will be 100% healed by that time. He'll probably be healed in a week. Who knows? So the depth is, for the playoffs, the depth is going to be really strong. Not just the starters, but the depth too, just in case there is an injury for the playoffs. But our depth is better. So we're going to manage through the regular season, but we're going to be healthy for the postseason. Fingers crossed Hutchinson can come back. If he can, I 100% expect him for the Super Bowl. I'm just putting that right now, but my bold prediction is he's back for the NFC Championship game. I 110%, he will be back for if the Lions make it the Super Bowl, be there, bet. There's no way. There's 144 in you. Does there a single one you think he wouldn't, if the Lions make the Super Bowl, he wouldn't make the Super Bowl? He'll make the Super Bowl for that. Same with Derek Barnes. I 100% believe those two will make it for the Super Bowl. But I think that the NFC Championship is possible for those two. And then, man, I mean, if the Lions cannot have a significant injury, something that lasts long tenure in the next, 6 weeks, we could be damn near full strength, right, for the playoffs. That's big, man. And we're already a juggernaut of a football team. That's great. And here's a positive thing to a lot of these injuries, and we got to get all the positives that you can out of a bad situation. It's bad. The Alex Anzalone injury is bad. The Aiden Hutchinson injury is bad. We can go through all of them. But you want to know what? When we do get these guys back, they're going to be fresh, folks. Their bodies are going to be fresh. Alex Anzalone didn't get beat up for the whole regular season. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson is going to be rested basically damn near the whole season, right? Same with Derek Barnes. So some of these guys that has been injured, their bodies is going to be feeling pretty good for the playoffs, and I think that's going to be a very big positive momentum flow for the Lions. I do. We got a $5 super chat by Brett Ruzel. Thank you, my friend. $5 super chat by my good friend right there. He said, last week I called it 52-6, and you did. Unfreaking believable. Brett Ruzel is a G for calling the exact score. He says, I know, pure luck, but I see this on a 34-16, and I don't know how long you got 2 likes on that. You literally, Brett, called the score 52-6. You may be the only human on planet Earth to have called that score. So you have won the jackpot of lotteries. And, man, if you would have bet on that game, oh, my God, man. Could you imagine, Brett? Crazy. Everybody wants to ask questions, so let's just go ahead and jump to the mailbag segment. I love it. Let's go ahead and do it. Folks, this is the mailbag segment. Folks, this is the mailbag segment. If you've got questions, I may have answers. Put hashtag Lions in the comment section, hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever, to get your questions answered. That's what we do here, giving back to you. If you're watching this after the fact, put it in the comment section. Maybe next week I will feature it for you. First question here from Shift. Why do you think we will get a sack Sunday? Who do you think will get a sack Sunday on AR5? You know what? I'll go with Joshua Pascal will get a sack on AR5 on Anthony Richardson. Hutch will never be the same. No, he broke a leg, guys. It's not like he broke an ankle or an Achilles or an ACL. It's a leg. Folks, it's a leg. When you break a bone, I don't know if you know this, folks, especially a clean break like he did, the bone actually gets stronger. It doesn't get weaker. This was a bone break. This was not a ligament, an ACL, or something that doesn't get stronger. The bone actually gets stronger when you break it. It's the opposite. So he will be stronger, actually. And his body's going to be more rested. Folks, I'm telling you, the injury looked horrible on there, but it is not as bad as you think. Now, if it was a compound fracture, that's where you had the Alex Smith type of situation, but that didn't happen. It was like, last week he was walking in water already. Like, he'll be back, and he'll be full strength. Best believe, folks. I'm sure there's 180 you in here. I'm sure 130 you've broken a bone before. So, I mean, it's just a leg, man. It's like breaking same with Alex Anzalone. He broke a forearm, okay? When it comes back, his forearm is going to be stronger than what it was. It's not breaking a ligament. It's not tearing something that you need, significant surgery. I had double surgeries on my shoulder. You can see it right here, right? This is my surgery. It goes all the way down. I tore all my ligaments. I had surgery. It goes all the way down here, all the way through the back. It wasn't a bone. It took 2 surgeries. My shoulder is never the same. If it was a bone that broke, it'd be different, but it's not. So, let's keep going. I'm manifesting a Jack Campbell interception, and that's for Alex Anzalone. I truly do believe that Jack Campbell's going to step in and do a really good job for the Lions. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job. We've seen it this year, and we've seen it last year. Jack Campbell will be fine at the mic. That's what's the depth for the Lions linebacking core. What do you guys think? Are you guys worried about the Alex Anzalone injury? In the comment section, if you are, put Y for yes and for no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right now. Let's continue on with your questions here. We go hashtag FTC. Why do you think that J-Mo and St. Brown are a top 5 receiving duo in the NFL? I do think they are, because you have 2 different players. You have one who can stretch the field, and Jamison Williams, who I think is literally, he could be right next to Tyreek Hill, the fastest person in the NFL. He has that ability to break any defense. Then you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is Golden Tate on steroids, who is the greatest route runner that I've seen in a long time, and his hands are magical. He catches everything. And he's very strong and physical. They both also block really well. So when you have a combination of those 2, one that can stretch the field, the one that can kill you, the intermediate, and is great against even double teams, the numbers are right there. It's just a dynamic duo. It's yin and yang. It's Montgomery and Gibbs, right? Montgomery is the in-between the tackles, the brawler who can still take it out of the backfield and can do it all, but that's what he's known for, and he can take it to the house. Jahmyr Gibbs the same way. He can go between tackles, but he's the really fast guy. Same with Jamison Williams and St. Brown. Best combination of wide receivers, best combination of running backs, the best offensive line in football. You got a quarterback playing at MVP level. You have one of the best tight ends. What the hell do you do? There's not much you can do. This is a Pro Bowl offense, folks. It's a Pro Bowl offense. Let's not kid about it. Let's not kid. This offense is damn near the whole offense is a Pro Bowl offense. Penei Sewell, best tackle in football, best right tackle in football. He's going to be in the Pro Bowl, right? You got Zeitler. He's a Pro Bowl guard. Frank Ragnow, Pro Bowl center. Graham Glasgow's playing really good at guard right now. He started off rough in the first couple weeks of the season, but now he's fit in great. Taylor Decker, he's what, a 10 tackle in the NFL? Jared Goff, Pro Bowl quarterback. St. Brown, Pro Bowl wide receiver. Jamison Williams, he's playing at a Pro Bowl level, right? Holy crap. Montgomery, playing at a Pro Bowl level. Jahmyr Gibbs, playing at a Pro Bowl level. It's insane how this team is. It's absolutely insane. All you need is to have a strong heart and give you. I'm here for you. Absolutely. Strong heart, man. Strong heart. Let's see. How many yards will Goff rush for this week? I'll go with 9 yards. 9 yards in the comments right there. Taylor Alexis Jello says, Eagles fans are scared. Well, look, the Lions just got to keep winning, right? And if you're the Eagles, they got to just worry about their own schedule right now. So I think their schedule gets a little bit tougher down the stretch for them. Look, I do believe the Lions are locking up that number 1 seed. And if that's the case, the Eagles may not even ever face the Lions, folks. We seen last year the Eagles lost in the wild card round. The Lions are going to be the number 1 seed with a bye week. Real good shot. We may not even see them. So, I don't think the Eagles should be worried about the Lions. I think they need to just worry about the team ahead of them and then try to get it. Because what if the Eagles end up being the number 2 seed? Then you would have to wait for the championship game to even face them if they win, right? So you would have to wait a while. Question here from Scott Layton. Says, let's go Lions. I'm predicting a forced sack. I know we usually struggle with mobile quarterbacks, but our struggle this year is getting to the pocket. Richardson tries to get off the script, and I'll take advantage. Actually, Scott, I think the Lions have done way better this year with mobile quarterbacks than we have done in the years past. Way better. I have been extremely critical the last 3 years about Aaron Glenn's defense. This year, these players are doing their assignments. They're not over-pursuing. If you watch it, they're not over-pursuing. I feel like sometimes they're taking a little bit off to force the quarterback to kind of stay in that pocket. What they're doing is they're allowing a Lee McNeil. What they're doing is their edges are setting the edges, and they're allowing a Lee McNeil, DJ Reed to get the pressure from the middle. And since they're setting the edges, the quarterback is not doing as much mobile as we're used to seeing. And it's working. Yes, we're getting less sacks, but my God, has it worked? It has worked magical on these quarterbacks, and we're forcing them to throw. When you got Brian Branch and you got Kirby Joseph, I'm all about that. Let's force them to throw the pass. Yeah, they're going to get big plays every once in a while, but we're not allowing these mobile quarterbacks to run all over us because of this. And I prefer that right now. I prefer that right now. The way that we're handling this, and that's a testament to Aaron Glenn, and it's a testament to the players that they're holding their assignment. Hold your assignment. That's what I love. Hold your assignment. We are number 1. I love the mobile quarterback, and I love the mobile quarterback too. I think if you can get a mobile quarterback that has it all, that's the magic right there, and that's what every team is looking for sure. But I'm happy with what we got. Let's see here. #Lions. What team are you most scared of? Well, I believe the Lions are the best team in football. I'm not scared of any team, but if you're talking about a team that I think that the Lions potentially could lose, and it's going to be a big game, is the Lions and Bills. That's the game I'm looking forward to right there. Lions, Bills. If the Lions win this game, Lions and Bills, I believe the Lions will run the table. I think the Bills are the second scariest team in the NFL. The Lions host the Bills. If the Lions beat the Bills, I think Lions run the table. If the Lions lose to the Bills, we probably see them in the Super Bowl. But that is the team that I would say I'm most worried about. In the NFC, I'm not too worried about a team. I think the Lions are just above everybody else. I think the Lions could beat the Eagles by 7 or 8 points. I'm not that scared. I know they talk about, A.J. Brown, and they talk about, look, we went against who I think is the better offenses at football in the NFC, and that's the Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Walker, their great running back who's more of a pounder. And look what we did to Seattle. And I think Seattle's offense, I'm going to keep it a buck, is better than the Eagles' offense, in my opinion. I think Seattle's offense is underrated. And we handled who I think is the most physical wide receiver, DK Metcalf. We did him good. And A.J. Brown, I think, is a lesser of a DK Metcalf. I think he's a damn good wide receiver. But from a physical standpoint, I think he's just a notch below. The Lions will win that game. $2 super chat from Fox Boy. Combo breaker. Thank you so much for that super chat. It says, what is your thoughts on Zadarius Smith so far? One game. He was here for a week. He got a sack. Yay. He did the Davenport role. That's what I saw from last week's game with only 1 week of practice. I approve. That's what I expected him. I don't expect him to be Aiden Hutchinson, set the edge. Him and Joshua Pascal set these edges until help arrives in Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Barnes, John Kaminsky, and everybody else. He's doing what I wanted him to do. That is it. I think they'll hold the fort down until we get the help back. He's an A+ for me for that. That's what I expected. That's what we got. He'll continue to do that, and I am fine. If he gets a sack a game, that's great. I don't expect him to get a sack a game. If he does, that's amazing, but he did exactly what I expected him to do. Bears are really scary. Bears needs cuddles. Yeah, I'm not scared of the Bears at all. I think the Bears are I think we're going to drop. Well, no, Bears defense is not a scrub. So I'm not going to say we're dropping 50 burger on the Bears. Their defense is good. I'll say the Lions get like 37 points. I'll go 37 on the Bears defense just because the Bears defense is respectable. And it's on Thanksgiving. Best believe you know that little meme where it has the Grim Reaper and he has doors and all the doors are open and then it's got blood stains and it's got a picture of Dan Campbell's head or Jared Goff's head on it with the Grim Reaper. That's what it's looking like, and the Bears are coming up very shortly on that. It's 2 games away. That's what's Lions Talk by Raw Detroit. What is up, TA, man? It's been rough, as you know. You heard what I said on the scene. I haven't been on the YouTube as much because of it, but getting past it, brother. Getting past it, so we'll get there. Appreciate you guys, though, in the chat and in the other chat with TA from Raw Podcast. Let's see, 35 on the Bears. Yeah, I could see a situation like that, Sonia, for sure. 35, 36. They're a respectable defense, but it's at home. It's on Thanksgiving, and I expect turnovers to be thrown in that game. The Bears' offense is just they said, they looked a little bit better against the Packers. Yeah, oh, well, that's the Packers. You're going to Detroit on Thanksgiving when the Lions, there's a great chance they're going to be 10-1 going to 11-1. Good luck on that one. Waving from Alexandria. What? Waving. Great channel. Carl, thank you so much for that comment. I truly do appreciate you. Again, I got the Lions winning the game on Sunday. Lions, I have 35-23 Lions win versus the Indianapolis Colts. Afutu Melifonwu, hopefully he can get back in 4 weeks. We don't know the extent of his injury. We need him to come back. Alex Anzalone should be back in about 6 to 8 weeks, so that's good on that front. Again, comment with your comments. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the show here. Let's go ahead and continue on here as I got to do something really quick. Let me get a question for you, and then we will continue on. I just got to do something 1 second to make this quick while I am live with you because I don't have a producer. And it is quite difficult to do something while you are live. And so that's what I'm trying to accomplish. It's crazy. I tried to hire a couple producers, and they're like, no. It's like, okay, money, money, money. Especially if people need money, you would think that they would do it, but not in this case. So let me get this here, and then I will get to your stuff right meow. Okay, here it is. Mike, you think Hutch comes back if we make it to the Super Bowl or not? Hutch, if the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, Aiden Hutchinson will 100% be back for that game. 100%. There's no way fathomable you're going to keep Hutch off the field, who grew up a Detroit Lions fan, who helped bring this team to the Super Bowl. For the Lions' first Super Bowl, there's no way on God's green earth he doesn't make it. There's no way in God's green earth Derek Barnes doesn't make that Super Bowl, folks. If the Lions make the Super Bowl, best believe they're going to be playing in the Super Bowl. Does anyone believe Hutch would not be in that bad boy? I don't think so. I think Hutch 100%, and I'm trying to get this thing. No suggestions. Thank you. Trying to get this right there. Sorry, doing stuff while live. This is the problem when you don't have a producer. Let's get this here. Get to your next question. Should have most everybody back to the playoffs? Yes, I think we should have most of everybody back into the playoffs. Again, Ifutu Melifonwu should be good to go. Derek Barnes, Emmanuel Mosley. Well, Derek Barnes potentially. This was a longer one, right? Aiden Hutchinson, who I do think. Davenport, I don't believe will be. He may be done, right? But that's going to be a different one. On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you that Hutch could make it back for the postseason? Postseason, I say for the NFC Championship, 50-50, Super Bowl, 100%. That's what I got. My bold prediction is he makes it back for the NFC Championship game. That's my bold prediction. We are going to the Super Bowl, and Hutchinson is going. Sonia, I agree with you. Just think in your mind. If this was you, would you miss it? No, you wouldn't miss it. That's not going to do it. Sonia getting some love in the comments right there. Hey, Mike, you think Kirby lies or breaks the interception record? He could break it, man. He's at 7 right now. J. Curb could break it. He's amazing. I loved him coming out of college. Loved him now in the NFL. Love Brian Branch. Love what they're doing right there. He absolutely could break the record. No doubt. Why couldn't he? I mean, he's doing it. It's every game. Interception, 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 interception. Will Kaminsky return to the playoffs? Yes. I suspect he'll be back after the bye week. John Kaminsky will be back. Let's go through the players. While we are sitting here, let me go through all of the players, and I'm going to give you my prognosis. It's not guaranteed. This is my thought process. Let's go through the players. Let me get my thing right here on so you can see it. We're going to go through the depth chart here live. And let me get this comment off. Sorry. All right, got the comment off there. Let's go through the depth chart about the injury because there's a lot of questions here. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right there. So let's go to the defense here. Aiden Hutchinson. I expect him to return. My expectation is for the NFC Championship game. That's what I expect. Kyle Pecco. Don't really know. I haven't heard anything on him. Does it really matter? Not really. He's really a backup guy. Marcus Davenport, I believe not. I don't think he's going to return. David Bada, doesn't matter. John Kaminsky, yes. Aiden Hutchinson, yes. Derek Barnes, I say 50-50 for the Super Bowl. That's what I'll go right there. So I think more of a Super Bowl. Ifutu Melifonwu, if he doesn't re-injures himself, he'll be back for the playoffs, for week 1 of the playoffs, 100%. Okay. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, I say back. Well, he'll be back sooner or later for playoffs, 100%. Emmanuel Mosley, he could be back this week, 100% for the playoffs. So, not that much. We're looking at Marcus Davenport, Kyle Pecco is really the two that we say maybe not make it back. So the Lions could really be good, really healthy for the playoffs, folks. They legitimately could be. Let's see here. When the Lions make the Super Bowl, who's your scariest opponent? I would say the scariest to me is the Buffalo Bills, maybe. The Buffalo Bills, I think they could be the scariest. I think they're a more well-rounded team. They beat Kansas City. I think the Lions could beat Kansas City. Kansas City's offense has struggled. I think Buffalo's offense can actually score against the Lions' defense. They got a pretty good offense there. Their defense is better than the Ravens' defense. And Yeah, I think if you're to go with all the teams, the Super Bowl, I think it's the Bills. Who do I think the Lions now face? I think they face the Bills. I think that seems to be destiny right now. The Bills, they lost in the playoffs last year versus Mahomes. They beat Kansas City, so I'm going to assume that Kansas City loses another game, and then the playoffs probably goes through Buffalo. If that's the case, I think Kansas City will finally finish it and make it to a Super Bowl. So I had Lions Texans Super Bowl to start the season. It's looking like Lions Bills now. Just what it feels like. The Eagles would be the only team in the playoffs that scares me a little. What do you think, Mike? Yeah, I mean, not really. They don't scare me that much. I truly do feel like it's the Lions and then everybody else. I think there's three really good teams in the NFL. I think that's it. And then that's everybody else. Everyone keeps saying about the Eagles. Let's see what the Eagles could do in the next couple of weeks. They went 10-1 last year and went 1-6 and lost in the first round of the playoffs. They haven't, in my opinion, gone against opponents like Detroit has. Our opponent, we've gone through some tough stuff, and we've just beaten down opponents. So I think it's the Lions. Here's the Lions. I think the Bills are pretty close to the Lions, and then you got the Kansas City Chiefs right there, and then there's a break, and then there's everybody else. That's kind of how I see it. And if you're an Eagles fan and you disagree, okay, but I'm watching these games, and this is a different Lions team I've ever seen before. Will they stay like this? We don't know, but we're just judging from right now. I don't see why not. This offense is freaking going crazy. So is what it is. Mahomes hasn't beaten Jared Goff yet. Goff is kryptonite and more confidence against Kansas City. Hey, that's true. Jared Goff has beaten him. That is hashtag facts. It is facts. Folks, I've been on for getting close to an hour here. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live on the Huge Show on 96.1 FM. You can go on iHeartRadio, The Huge Show, from 4 to 6 p.m. That is when my recording is going to be live. I'm actually recording at noon, but it'll be live from 4 to 6 p.m. So make sure you go ahead and check it out. Some more Lions. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about Lions and Colts. We're going to get